What is going on YouTube? Joe here with Culination Media, and welcome back for another episode of Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire Battle Spot Live. This is episode number 5, and coming into today, we are sitting at a record of 6-2, I believe. That would make sense because that would add up to 8, and there's been 4 episodes before this. So yeah, I can do basic math. So 6-2 is what we're looking at, and we're going to see if we can build off that today. I believe this is the second episode that we are using this team. I'll give you guys an overview as well in case you forget what we're running here. But anyways, we're getting started. Just a friendly little reminder in case you guys haven't done so already and you would care to show your support to the channel and the series and all that fun stuff. You can do so by clicking that like button right below this video. That does help out a lot. And you guys have really been coming out on the likes like extra from what I've seen the last couple of episodes that I put up. So that is fantastic. Thank you very much for your support on that. Also, feel free to leave a comment with any suggestions or tips or anything you'd like to leave down there. I do read through those, try to take some of your suggestions and incorporate as much of your ideas as possible. So that's a thing. Alright, so we got Flygon, which is going to be Choice Banded. We have our Physical Lucario with the Focus Sash, Swords Dance, all that jazz. Light Clay, Dual Screens Espeon, then we have Choice Scarf, Heliolisk, Defensive Talonflame with a Rocky Helmet, and then Assault Vest, Clawitzer. So, this is actually a really cool team that we're looking at right here. I would assume that Beedrill would be the Mega, because Heracross can function as a non-Mega, as a Choice Scarf user, as a Swords Dance, Guts user with like Flame Orb or something. There's just a couple of different options for him. I mean, it could be Mega too, and it could just be one of those situations that has people bringing multiple Megas, and they just kind of choose. I don't know, but Beedrill doesn't really function too well outside of its Mega Evolution, which is crazy powerful and crazy fast. And it gets adaptability too, which is very scary, and it has Drill Run to hit Steel types that would resist its stab, so it's a whole big thing. Anyway, we have Espeon versus Umbreon here. Battle of the Johto Evolutions. And we actually have the advantage because Umbreon is usually defensive, and I don't expect it to be able to do too much damage. I'll just go straight for the Dazzling Gleam, because most of the time these things just toxic. So I don't know what you're going to do. Foul Play, that's probably your only attacking move. That won't do too much. Oh, just kidding! That was a critical hit, and Espeon goes down in one shot. Are you kidding me? That definitely mattered. My goodness. Maybe I should have set up that Reflect. I mean, I guess there was also the chance that it could have gone for Payback, which still would have hurt. But I thought I could take at least one. I guess that was just a bad play on my part. I guess it was. So now we have to make a decision. Do we go into Lucario and close combat, you know, and potentially waste the Focus Sash? I mean, I would think that would just one-shot. But I also don't know what his other Pokemon are. And I don't want to be in a position where I have to switch in Flygon on a hit. So we could just go for a Superpower here or a U-turn. I'll try a U-turn. And we'll see what you want to go for. So there's the U-turn, and that is not enough to KO. I should have went for the Superpower. That was a bad play. Why am I going for a U-turn? Trying to avoid extra damage, but I think I was just overthinking it there just a little bit. Anyway, Lucario is going to come out, and he's going to Swagger. Of course, Swagger, foul play. Of course that's what you would do. Gotta love those cheeky strategies. So I'm assuming that a foul play will be coming here. I'm going to switch back into Flygon because we are confused. We'll probably still take a decent chunk of damage from the foul play, so avoiding the extra damage, yeah, that did not work out so well. I had 2 things that I could have done to avoid extra damage. Could have went for the close combat and just brought Lucario in the first place, or I could have used Superpower. It's what I carry it for these types of situations. He gets another critical hit, and now we're down to 30 HP. This could not have gone any worse. Just to take out this Umbreon. Unbelievable. So bad luck combined with a bad play or two there. And this Umbreon is going to go down to the U-turn, and we still have our Focus Sash intact. There is the chance that we can just kill the rest of his team with Lucario and set up, and it'll be a good time. But if we lose by 1 Pokemon, I think I'm going to kick myself over that silly play. Just overthinking things, and actually maybe not even overthinking things, but just playing too fast. I needed to slow down and actually think that out instead of trying to choose my move quickly. I don't know why I did that. I don't. So we have Beedrill out here. You're probably going to go for a Protect, I would assume. That's what all of these do. They Mega Evolve and Protect just to get their stats up because he gets a monster increase in speed and attack, of course. And then he'll probably try to go for a Drill Run on the following turn, I would guess. Yeah, there's the Protect. So we're going to use this opportunity to get up a free Swords Dance with our Focus Sash still intact. So this Beedrill's going to outspeed the following turn, and he's going to go for a Drill Run. I'm going to go for a Crunch, and that should one-shot this thing because Mega Beedrill has awful physical defense. And yeah, there's the Drill Run. Actually, it doesn't even bring us down to the Focus Sash. Just above it, in fact. With 2 HP, we're surviving. A critical hit Crunch that did not matter whatsoever. And even if for some reason that was not going to kill, Bullet Punch would have finished the job. So there we go, and Lantern comes out here, so we're going to get the victory because a +2 close combat from Lucario does take out Lantern unless you were like fully physically defensive. And even if you are, that still might take you out. I'm not sure. Not sure, but that is going to be a victory for us. That is going to bring our record up to 7-2 on the series. And that was somewhat of a fast battle, despite all the shenanigans at the beginning. Because we're only like 6.5 minutes into this video, and we already have the first battle done. So that is a thing. So we're going to move on, and I would like to get Clawitzer into a battle. I don't remember if I brought him in the last episode. We'll try to get him in here and see what happens, and if he doesn't do anything, maybe I'll bring him again in the next episode. I really like Assault Vest Clawitzer. It takes on a lot of threats, surprisingly so. Alright, so here we go. Mega Lopunny is going to be a huge threat. This team does not handle it well. Actually, it does not handle it really at all. Sadly. I'd have to get Talonflame in for free, basically. Then we have Greninja, a Talonflame, a Garchomp, Sableye, which also could be Mega. And then we have Aegislash, which is a staple on just about every other team that I go up against. That and Garchomp seem to be the most popular things. And then outside of that, not a lot of Mega Kangaskhan's on BattleSpot these days. It's just Mega Lopunny and Mega Salamence seem to have effectively replaced the Mega Kangaskhan. I just don't see it that often. I haven't played that many matches. I've only played maybe about 15-ish, like total. I've played some on my other DS, and I've played, I don't know how many on this one, but a lot of Mega Lopunnies, a lot of Mega Salamence. Not so good. Not so good. I don't like going up against them constantly. But that is BattleSpot. That is what the meta is. So anyway, we're going to lead off with Talonflame. I'm going to bring the Clawitzer, and then we need to decide on our last choice here. Heliolisk could take out that Talonflame, but Clawitzer can actually survive a Brave Bird too, so if we're at full health, we can take it out with a Water Pulse. I guess I'll just bring Heliolisk, because the Choice Scarf will help us out with Greninja too. Because a lot of them like to run the Life Orb sets, and we can just outspeed and outright KO with the T-Bolt, so that is good. And then we also have Dark Pulse for Aegislash if it really comes to that. I mean, Clawitzer can take on Aegislash too. Actually, yeah, Clawitzer can probably take it on a little bit better because he's not weak to Sacred Sword. But anyway, we have Garchomp out here against a Talonflame, and that is actually a good matchup for us, provided that this thing does not have Rock Slide. I'll go for a Will-O-Wisp, and we'll see what he wants to do. Maybe he's Scarf Chomp and he's just going to go for the Outrage. Yes, he is. And that is fine by me because we can take that. I know from previous experience, yeah, we can take that actually very well, surprisingly well. And we get off a Will-O-Wisp. And I only did about 50%, maybe a little bit over 50%. Not going to do anywhere near that now that he's burned, and we can Roost up. Or we could Brave Bird. But I'm just going to Roost. That's the safe play here. And, oh yeah, never mind. I don't even know why I was considering that he might do something different than Outrage. I don't know. But he's going for Outrage again, and he might go for it a third time. Wow, that does nothing. That does nothing. Look at all of his passive damage he's taken. He's already below 50%, and we haven't attacked him once. He's not confused, so he's still locked into Outrage. The question is, do I want to roost again, or do I want a Brave Bird? I'm going to roost again, and I don't know if that'll take him out, actually. Rocky Helmet plus Burn, no, it's not going to do that much. But we can at least, at the very, very least, we can limit the recoil we take from Brave Bird. So that'll help. And he will be confused, so he may actually switch out now. If he really wants to save this thing and come back in just to have a Scarf user. I mean, he can't do a whole lot of damage because he is burned. But now might be the opportunity that we were looking for to Brave Bird. Or do I want to switch out? Possibly. I don't know that I do. I think that... You know what? I'll Will-O-Wisp. I'll predict a switch. No, he's going to stay in. He's going to stay in. Okay. And he's going to hit himself in confusion, and that is going to take him out. Despite being burned, and you would obviously do less damage to yourself, he still hits himself. So maybe I should have roosted there. I was having a feeling that he was going to switch out or try to save it, come back in later. But that is not the case. I mean, I guess the way he was looking at it was just... he had like almost no HP remaining, and he was burned. What's the point? So, I see you there. I see you there. It could have gone either way. I'll go for a Brave Bird on this Greninja. I don't know that we're going to need Talonflame for anything with that Garchomp gone. His other Pokemon's probably going to be Aegislash, honestly. And that does well over half despite not being invested in anything. Here comes a Gunk Shot. So, this was definitely predicting a switch because Gunk Shot could have missed. And if he's physical, he probably has Waterfall. So... that is that. No Life Orb, so I guess you were Focus Sash, so it's a good thing we got a hit off on you. We're going to go out into Heliolisk here, and the question is, are you going to leave this thing in? I don't know. I don't know, but I will Volt Switch, and that should take out the Greninja, and we'll see what this final Pokemon is going to be. If it's anything but Lopunny, we're fine. If it is Lopunny, then we are screwed. But the chances are kind of with us here, I would think. Unless he's just the type of person that brings Mega Lopunny to every single battle. I don't know. Lopunny does not have a lot of checks. That's what's scary about this thing. It has the Scrappy, and it is Lopunny. Great, I talked it up. I freaking talked it up. Why did I have to do that? In fact, this thing will probably just sweep my entire team. It's very possible. It is way too possible. But anyway, it has Scrappy, so it can just spam High Jump Kick, which is Stab after it Mega Evolves, and you don't have to worry about it, you know, going through a Ghost type, essentially, and then you having to take 50% of your HP in recoil. So it does whatever it wants. It gets Ice Punch for Dragon types and Flying types, and Fake Out obviously is a nice pressure move, and look how much damage that did. And Fake Out plus High Jump Kick is definitely going to take out this Clawitzer. And we are Choice Scarfed with Heliolisk, but it's not going to matter because a T-Bolt is not going to take this out in one hit. Unless we get a critical hit, of course. Now, Mega Lopunny is not the bulkiest thing in the world, but... I mean, even if I was Specs, I don't think that would kill. No, it would not. And there's the High Jump Kick. We needed you to miss a High Jump Kick if we had any hope of winning this match. So Mega Lopunny takes the match back for him despite us building a little bit of a lead there. And that is going to do it. That brings our record to 7-3 on the series. That was a fast episode. Very fast episode. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, please make sure you're leaving a like, rating, or comment, or whatever you would like to do. And we have one more video with this team before we switch in some fresh faces. And I will see you all next time. But until then, game on.